爱我别走，如果你说你不爱我，不要听见你真的是出口，再给我一点温柔。爱我别走，如果你说你不爱我。
嗨，大家好，欢迎来 Welcome to Taiwan。今天我们跑去到台北，跟我们台湾朋友聊天。影片开始以前，请不要忘记订阅、按赞、开启小铃铛，谢谢大家。
My full name is Boniface Cross Sekamwa. Everybody knows me as Bonnie Cross. My Chinese name is Li Bangni. My origin is quite a long story, but I'll start with Uganda because that's where I grew up from mostly, and then moved to Taiwan. Currently, I'm a naturalized Taiwanese, and here right now, I'm number one, a musician, an author. I write books, but also I'm an English teacher and a music teacher as well.
Let's go back memory lane. Why do you choose to come to Taiwan?
Well, I don't think I chose it. Taiwan chose me. But the first invitation that I got to come to Taiwan, I didn't even know that Taiwan existed. I went to get the visa, and my mind thought I was going to Thailand. But then I saw Taiwan. I was like, whoa, there is a place called Taiwan. There's a country called Taiwan. It was a new one for me, like coming to Asia. But what I, expected is basically like to fit in easily, and be able to work around, being here as an African, and fitting in the system and with the people.
How long have you been in Taiwan?
It's 10 years from now.
At what point did you make that decision? Many people would hesitate to abandon their original nationality to become a Taiwanese. What makes you come up to that decision?
I wanted to get another feeling of being a person from, another country. I would say that because I didn't mention this. Originally, I was born in Kenya, so I've been a Kenyan citizen for like 10 years of my life. Then moved to Uganda. Again, it's adventure for me. Like, how would it feel being an African who's actually an Asian? So, and that's the whole reason why I actually did this. But also, being a person in the arts sector, it becomes easier for you here when you have the proper documentation to do stuff. Something I didn't mention as well is I'm an event organizer. I organize one of the biggest events in Taiwan, Afrofest. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to do this if I'm not legal here, I'm having the proper documentation. So I was like, I should go for the citizenship because that will make work easier for me. I think COVID kind of opened my eyes, and no one knew what was going on. Like, we could not anticipate what the future would be like. And I had an opportunity to actually naturalize, and I went straight into it. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go, and try to apply for a citizenship, which I did. And yeah, it happened,
How does it feel to be a Ugandan, Kenyan, Taiwanese?
Well, it's prestigious, I would say, because I don't think a lot of people have that opportunity, especially if you don't share, any lineage. Because when I tell people I'm Taiwanese, they go like, "Were you born here, or is your grandpa or grandma Taiwanese?" I'm like, "No, I'm nobody. Like, I'm not even connected, but I just came here. I took my time. I did my time in terms of like acquiring my citizenship, and that happened." So I would say it feels quite unique, prestigious, because there are a lot of things that I can do that a lot of people cannot do.
And friends, when they heard that you were abandoning your original nationality to become a Taiwanese, what was their reaction?
Honestly, there was no response, but they were just surprised that I think there was a bit of hesitation on their side. They were like, "Is that possible? Can that happen?" And another thing you must understand is, like, back home, they confuse Taiwan with China. So they know very well that China does not offer citizenship. So they're like, no, that doesn't happen. I'm like, no, you're not getting it. I'm not on the other side. Where I am, it is highly possible. If you're a good person, you're a good citizen, your records are straight, you can be able to, become a citizen. So, they just waited to see if it's possible, and it happened.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about Uganda. What is special in Uganda?
Yeah, right. Well, Uganda is a special country. Blessed. It's called the Pearl of Africa. It's blessed by nature, best weather ever. It's everything is natural. Mostly the foods. The people are great. They welcome foreigners. They treat them in a special way, I should say. So it's a country that is it has like what they say these days, good vibes. So going to Uganda, you feel like you're home wherever you come from. And right now you have a lot of foreigners planning to retire in Uganda. So it's a beautiful country, and is quite unique in its setting. I was talking to a friend about earthquakes, and I don't think we ever felt an earthquake back home. We don't have all those natural disasters. Typhoons. We don't get that. And even if it's flooding just because of man's planning, for settlement that causes flooding. But you'll never get like natural flooding because it rained too much and it just flooded like that. It doesn't happen. So at the end of the day, it's a country with very standard weather, which is great to live in, and you'll never get worried of whether you're gonna have like extreme weather or harsh weathers.
Talking about music, were you doing this back home before coming to Taiwan?
I graduated in music in South Africa because I lived there as well for a little bit and worked there. Yeah, I've been all over the place.
Citizen of the world.
Exactly. And doing also my own solo projects. I got my own music, streaming. And by the time I came to Taiwan, I was already established in that. And when I came here, it was easier for me to just continue with that and, form a band. I set up a band, like I would say the only African reggae band, African reggae in Taiwan. And so we did that, and now it's still running. So yeah, I came with it from, back home up to here.
Do you mind to show us a little bit about what you do?
All right, so like I said, I was trained in music. One of the instruments that I trained in was the guitar, rhythm guitar. And when I came to Taiwan, there's this one song that I fell in love with. And this is a song by a very prominent artist. His name is Jay Cho, and it's called I Will Be Able. I love this song. So listen to the chorus. I will be able, rugo ni sho, ni bu I will. 不要听见你真的是出口，再给我一点温柔。
And what's the name of this band?
Higher Roots with a Z.
Where can somebody find you?
So we have a Facebook, but also on Instagram. Same thing, is Higher Roots.
Okay, all his links will be in the description below. Let's go check it out. What are some of the difficulties a musician would face here in Taiwan?
For my case, as a musician, being from a different race, sometimes that is an issue. But then I don't want to like dwell on that, because if you're good and you're really good, no matter the race, you'll be accepted. But I think I've experienced a couple of incidents whereby, because you are not what they're used to, it takes time to accept you. But then when you're accepted, you're accepted. But like I said again, you have to be good. I cannot victimize myself from that and say, just because I look like this, so I'm not getting this. So yeah, I think that one of the difficulties is just taking time to be accepted. But also the thing is, Taiwan is really strict with documentation. I mean, if you came on a teacher's visa, or any other kind of visa, and you don't have a performing visa, that may be a problem regardless of how talented you are. So, it's very important to get the right documentation, and that takes me back to me, getting my citizenship and everything, so that I can be able to move freely and, perform freely, share my gifts, performing arts and all that. So, yeah, that's how it worked out.
Do you have anything else to tell Taiwanese people?
And not all of them, most of them, is the perspective about black people. The perception they have towards us or towards me is what I'll love them to change. But like I said, not everyone, some of them. That's the only thing.
Aspects like what?
Well, a lot of them think that where we come from, we're suffering. And they think we came here to redeem ourselves, which is not the issue. Like some of us came from well-to-do families and we're okay. And even without coming here, we'd still be okay. Yeah, but they think that us being here, is kind of like, I don't want to say refugees, but we're kind of like trying to redeem ourselves. And this goes back to the questions they ask you. They look at me, they're like, do you work in a factory? Stereotypes, it used to like anger me in the beginning, but then I realized like it's either a naivety or just ignorance. And I don't have the time to educate you, but I just hope that with time you realize that we're all human beings. I really appreciate that, they have let us live in this country without any major drama. We see what's going on in the world. I can't complain. There's just a little bit of, issues that come up, but those are just little issues. But at the end of the day, I think this country is good to foreigners. It's good to people like me. There's no incident that I can recall that has been extreme. And for that case, I would like to thank Taiwan and the Taiwanese for letting us stay here comfortably.
And thank you very much for giving us your time, sharing your life experience here in Taiwan.
It's a pleasure.
And hope you continue to enjoy your life here in Taiwan.
Definitely.
Thank you.
All right.
Gansi ni sokan yo sihuan busihuan. Please don't forget to click that subscription button, like the video, help us share if you can, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Your computer deserves the best protection. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your files, your privacy, and your future with Surfshark One. Click the link below in the description to get yours and stay one step ahead of hackers.